Have you ever stopped to think about those almost invisible things in a hospital that are just completely crucial, beyond the big scanners or the fancy surgical gear? What really supports the precision and safety we expect? Well, today we're doing a deep dive into something you probably walk past without a second thought, but it's absolutely vital. We're talking about the global medical lighting technologies market. Yeah, our mission here is to really shed some light, you could say, on what's driving the pretty significant growth in this area. We want to see where it's taking off globally, and maybe most importantly, understand why the actual light in a hospital room is so critical for patient care and getting procedures right. I'm genuinely interested to see what we uncover.
It's a great topic, actually, because, we tend to focus on the, let's say, more dramatic medical tech. But these advanced lighting systems, they're sort of the unsung heroes in healthcare, really foundational. They play this huge role in enabling precision, especially in complex surgeries, keeping everyone safe, patients and staff. And ultimately, they really do boost patient outcomes. I mean, just picture a surgeon doing delicate work. The lighting isn't just about seeing, it's a critical tool in itself.
Absolutely. And the numbers we're seeing really seem to back that up, showing a massive shift happening. Our source material paints a pretty exciting picture. This market was valued at what, $2.44 billion back in 2021?
That's right.
And it's projected to practically double, reaching nearly $5 billion, $4.95 billion to be exact, by 2033. That's a steady growth rate, a CAGR of about 6.1%. That's pretty solid, isn't it?
It is. And this kind of robust growth, it doesn't just happen randomly. There are some key drivers behind it. We're seeing, well, generally rising healthcare spending globally.
Yeah.
Plus, a lot more hospital building and infrastructure development happening worldwide. And really importantly, there's this growing demand for medical lighting that's energy efficient but also high performance.
Right.
We're not just talking brighter lights here. It's
I
about
just
sophisticated systems. Think adjustable color temperature, reducing glare for surgeons during those long ops,
Oh, that makes sense.
and of course, using way less energy. That's a massive cost consideration for hospitals.
Okay, so let's unpack that global picture then, because these different growth patterns sound like they tell a really interesting story about, where healthcare investment is going. Where do we start on this map?
Well, let's start with the kind of established players, North America and Europe. They provide that steady base demand. And North America currently leads the market overall. It's projected to go past $1.9 billion by 2033, up from about $973 million in 2021. That's roughly a 5.7% CAGR.
Okay, leading the pack.
Yes, but here's something interesting. While the U.S. is naturally the biggest chunk of that revenue, over $1.49 billion projected, it's actually Canada and Mexico showing stronger individual growth rates. Canada's at 6.7% CAGR, Mexico 6.2%.
So faster than the U.S. and the regional average. Why is that?
It seems to point towards significant modernization efforts. It's not just building new hospitals, but really upgrading existing ones, equipping them with the latest tech, especially in specialized areas like surgical suites where that advanced lighting is just non-negotiable. Think government programs for upgrades, maybe private investment in high-tech clinics too.
That's a great point. Modernization, not just expansion.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's North America. What about Europe, another mature market? Are we seeing similar things there?
Europe's also growing steadily, projected to hit around $1.37 billion by 2033, also around a 5.7% CAGR overall. But the growth isn't quite uniform across the continent. You've got the core markets, Germany, the UK, growing at maybe around 5%, steady, but
Not spectacular.
right. But then you see France and Italy accelerating a bit faster, both above 6% CAGR. And here's a parallel to North America in a way. The segment labeled Rest of Europe actually shows the highest regional growth, over 7% CAGR.
Interesting. So that suggests what? Newer EU members maybe, or countries catching up?
Exactly. It points to significant investment in, let's call them, emerging healthcare systems within Europe, often foundational upgrades, bringing facilities up to modern standards and putting in efficient high-spec lighting right from the start.
Got it. So steady, established players, but pockets of faster growth driven by modernization. Okay, let's shift gears. Asia Pacific, often a powerhouse for tech adoption and, well, rapid expansion. What's happening there?
Oh, Asia Pacific is definitely a major engine here, both for innovation and just sheer adoption. It's set to reach over $1 billion by 2033, growing at a strong 6.9% CAGR overall.
$1 billion. Wow. And who's leading that charge?
India really stands out. It's got the highest projected growth in the region, a remarkable 7.7% CAGR. Yeah. And Singapore's close behind it, 7.5%. Southeast Asia as a whole, around 7.3%. Now, China and Japan, they remain huge in terms of actual revenue. Together, they'll account for nearly half a billion, about $483 million by 2033.
Okay, the giants are still giant.
Exactly.
Mm.
But again, echoing that European trend, the rest of APAC segment, it leads the region in growth rate, nearly 8.9% CAGR.
Almost 9%. So that's
It tells us many of these rapidly developing economies are essentially leapfrogging. They're skipping older tech and installing advanced LED and precision lighting systems directly into their new and upgraded healthcare facilities. Massive infrastructure push.
That's phenomenal growth across APAC.
Yeah.
Okay, moving south on our map, South America. What's the picture there?
South America is also showing really strong expansion. The market there is set to more than double by 2033, growing from about $163 million to over $361 million. That's a 7% CAGR overall.
7%. So faster than North America and Europe overall.
That's right. Argentina is actually leading the growth pace at 7.5% CAGR. Brazil, though, remains the largest single market expected to cross $107 million. It really reflects a broad effort across the continent to enhance medical facilities.
Okay. And then the Middle East. I often see big infrastructure projects there. How does it fit in?
The Middle East is, relatively speaking, a smaller market in this context. Projected to reach about $168 million by 2033. The growth rate is a bit lower, 4.7% CAGR overall.
It's lower pace then.
Overall, yes. But the UAE is a notable exception. It shows above-average momentum, about 5.8% CAGR.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Why the UAE specifically?
It seems largely driven by their continuous, often high-profile investments in healthcare infrastructure. They're building entire world-class hospital complexes, and those naturally incorporate the absolute latest in lighting tech from day one.
Makes sense. Build new, build modern. Okay, so we've toured most of the globe now. We've seen solid growth, faster modernization in places. But if you had to pick the real breakout story, the place where growth is just explosive, what would that be?
Oh, hands down, it's Africa, unequivocally.
Wait, really?
Absolutely. It's emerging as the fastest-growing region globally for medical lighting. It's starting from a smaller base, sure, just $44 million in 2021,
Relatively small start.
but it's projected to nearly triple to $130 million by 2033. That's a massive jump, driven by a remarkable 10.1% CAGR.
10%? That's incredible. What's fueling that kind of growth?
It's a combination of things. It's not just organic growth. In many parts of Africa, you're seeing major international aid initiatives, plus significant private investment, all targeting the creation of modern medical facilities.
Oh,
And like we saw in parts of Asia, they're often leapfrogging older tech, installing advanced LED systems right from the get-go. Nigeria and South Africa show very strong growth, both near 9.8% CAGR. Again, that rest of Africa segment, it leads globally with a projected 10.5% CAGR.
wow.
It really underscores this widespread push for hospital development and serious medical modernization across the entire continent. It's a huge story.
That really puts things in perspective. So, okay, stepping back. What does this all really tell us? These numbers, these regional differences, they're not just figures, are they?
Not at all.
They seem like really powerful signs of these huge global shifts. Shifts in healthcare investment and modernization efforts, and maybe most importantly, in expanding access to, well, quality medical care worldwide.
Exactly. And it brings up a key point about the future, doesn't it?
Oh, so.
Well, these advancements we're seeing, particularly in LED technology, this big focus on energy efficiency, and the growing trend towards patient-centered hospital design. These aren't just passing fads. They are fundamentally going to keep shaping how this market evolves. And importantly, these factors directly influence the quality of care that gets delivered, making hospitals safer, more efficient, and frankly, more comfortable places for both patients and the staff working incredibly hard within them.
So, something for all of us to think about, perhaps. As you go about your day, maybe just consider that invisible infrastructure, like the actual light in a hospital. How does something seemingly so simple directly impact critical medical outcomes, our whole healthcare experience, really? And maybe think about how its evolution, the story we've just explored, kind of mirrors the bigger picture of global healthcare innovation, showing where the money's flowing and where access to better care is expanding. It's definitely something to reflect on.